What is good, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Facebook, YouTube. Welcome back to Ovatyme Sports Talk with your boys, Big Sin and the big homie, Hollywood J Black.
What is good, ladies and gentlemen? This is your boy, Hollywood J Black in the building. And today is Wednesday. So do you know what that means, sir?
What does that mean?
Well, it means two things, actually. The first thing that it means is that we have our largest slate of NBA games, usually always on a Wednesday. So that's pretty good. But that's not all it means. Let me pull this out the woodworks. Getting all close to the camera. Look at it, getting all live and personal.
Yeah, why you trying to look the camera, dog?
3D, nigga, 3D. All right, hold on. I think I fucked up my own camera on YouTube. Hold on.
Yeah, you did, buddy.
All right, so you know what that means? Wednesday means Powerball time.
No.
That's exactly what it means. So Powerball. So jackpot is high. We got to get this money, sir. I don't know about you. I'm broke.
All right, so real quick, I want to give a shout out. I know we're a couple minutes late to this, so let me just get this put out the way because it is a Vegas thing. As you see in my tagline, it says NHL All-Star Game. Now, for those of you who don't know, Las Vegas, Nevada has their first professional sports team, and it is the Las Vegas Golden Knights. This team has a record of, 32-9-2. Halfway through the season, already has 56 points, and Gerard Gallant has been named the coach of the Pacific Division's All-Star team in his first season with the expansion Golden Knights.
All right, hold on. I'll give you my thoughts. Give me just a second here. Because I have a lot of things I got to say about the Golden Knights, because the more I learned about the Golden Knights, the more I realized that they're actually a really good team, and they've actually set a lot of records for being an expansion team. I want to talk about this for a second. Hold on. Let me bring up the stats real quick. Give me just a moment here.
And people who think Mr. Black here was doing all the work with the tablets and shit, I got mine too, okay? Fuckers.
All right. I know. They like, yo, you got to get you a tablet, nigga. Nigga, I got a tablet.
Right?
What? All right. Let's see here. Loss. Well, and I had this up on the computer, but I didn't want to ruin the experience for anybody else. And normally I do this without glasses on. However, I've been kind of blind, so you got to bear with me. So the Golden Knights first were known today. Well, not today, maybe a few days ago. They were voted by the NHL fans as the team with one of the greatest all-time jerseys. So they're styling and profiling like they're Ric Flair. They drafted very well in this expansion draft. And if people don't know who Gerard Gallant is, he was the former coach of the Carolina Hurricanes. Is that was the Carolina Hurricanes?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It was the Hurricanes.
You got to ask yourself, what? And you know what's funny is that they see this. You know, they actually blame themselves for this whole entire situation not working. You got to ask yourself, what happened? Like, what? You let this man. This man is leading this an expansion team to probably one of the greatest starts in expansion team history out of any sport.
Well, I can tell you what happened, and it's one of those things that it came with the times. Now, back when the Carolina Hurricanes were an expansion team, the expansion draft was not as deep as it is now. Now these teams are so good they can cut players like Marc-Andre Fleury, fucking Patrick Soudan. These cats, these are people who the Golden Knights were able to pick up. That is a two-time Stanley Cup winning goalie in Marc-Andre Fleury.
Well, and it begs the question. Now we got to talk about this for a second. So, if a team is so good, right? If these teams are that good, because as far as I've seen, I mean, there's only still the few 4 or 5 teams that are still dominating hockey. Every time I look at this NHL Stanley Cup and the whole playoff series as a whole, so the Golden Knights can end. Think about this: if the Golden Knights end up being a championship building off the draft, and the expansion draft and free agency, and pretty soon, building off of the trade, because the trade deadline's coming up soon.
Yeah, you see, the Golden Knights right now, they have a lot of draft picks that they can trade and make and get even better here at the trade deadline. And that is a scary thought, because this team is already dominating the original 8 teams. They have beaten the Penguins. They have beaten they just shut out the Nashville Predators, who were in the fucking Stanley Cup playoffs finals last year. They shut them out 3-0.
Yeah. And then March Assault have been playing balls to the wall.
And you know what he got today?
He got a big ass extension.
He got a 6-year extension.
Yep. I mean, you can't argue with that, man. You can't argue with results. I pick that dude all the time in fantasy, and he pays dividends, bro.
Let me put his season into perspective. Already this season, he has 37 points in 34 games. He did that in 76 games last year. He's done it in not even a half of a season yet.
That tells you something when people want to when they're motivated to change and they're motivated to do better than they did last year. When people are considered bust, when somebody hits you with that bust tag, right? That hurts, and sometimes you got 2 options. You can either A, do something about it, or B, go ride the way of misery. And they're doing something about it. And it's funny because now the Las Vegas Golden Knights Stadium, T-Mobile Arena, has been declared one of the most home field advantageous, if that's even a fucking real word, places to play basketball. I mean, I said basketball, places to play hockey. So imagine what's going to happen when you get a basketball team. Imagine if they convince a team to move to Las Vegas.
Well, I don't know if you've heard this already, but this summer coming up, we have the Las Vegas Aces making their debut. If you don't know who that is, it was San Antonio's WNBA team.
Yeah, I heard about that. So that I think
they will be playing out of the Mandalay Bay.
I hope they can show the Vegas community can show the same type of support that they're showing the Golden Knights, even just a little bit.
I will be taking Amy to WNBA games because I want her to see what you can do, what women can do in the professional world of sports.
That would be awesome. Make sure you do that. Just show her that love. That's going to be awesome. So shout out to the Golden Knights. Keep doing your thing. Represent for my city, my other city, number 2, Las Vegas. 702's in the building, baby. How you doing?
So now, I hope we do get an NBA team here. That'll probably be 5-10 years down the road. But since we ain't got one yet, let's just go ahead and shoot the shit about the NBA tonight. Like you said, we have a large slate of games going on right now.
Yeah, we got to talk about it. Give me just a second here. 12-game slate, and it's going to get popping. I think by the time we talked about this, there was going to be some games that already finished up. So
we have 4 games that have finished up already.
All right, let's see. Let me pull up the NBA news.
All right, I'll start with the first one that I see. All right,
go ahead.
We got the Heat beating the Pistons 111-104.
The Heat beat the Pistons 107-104. Jeez.
111-104.
Well, you got to think about this, though. So there was no Andre Drummond. He had a bruised rib a couple nights ago, and he decided that apparently that was good enough for him to not participate in life. So there's that. So with that said,
your leading scorers of the night for Detroit was Tobias Harris with 19 points. And over in Miami side, the guy who ripped Kevin Love's arm out of the socket a couple years ago, Kelly Olynyk with 25 points.
And that's something. Kelly Olynyk with 25 points. Hassan Whiteside barely played 17 minutes. I'm glad I didn't choose him on my fantasy team. I would have been pissed off having to pay $8,000 something for him on my fantasy. Good job, Kelly Olynyk. Goran Dragic, though, with 24 points exploded. He's been having a weird season for the Heat. I mean, I don't know if you've been paying attention, but he's been, like last year, he was balls to the wall. This year, it's like everything is wrong, bro. Everything is wrong, and nothing can go right for that man. And that's where we're at. I mean, we have let me see what we hear. Let's see. James Johnson scored 16 points off the bench. We had a Wayne Ellington sighting. What the fuck is that? I don't even know how that even gets down. But yeah. So we had that. That was good. Tobias Harris, former Orlando Magic power forward, doing his thing. Just wasn't good enough. And because Drummond was out, Boban Marjanovic. Boban, baby. Boban. He was he got
Boban?
15 points.
Nigga, that's an old ice cream treat. Bonbons, nigga.
Your man came had 15 points in starting action. So a good job for him. That's all nice and everything. He got to play, but it wasn't good enough. So let's flip it to the next game. We have I saw another final here. Let me go back.
I got it for you.
Okay.
We got the Houston Rockets 116, the Orlando Magic 98.
Oh boy. Well, and Chris Paul must have went off. That's all I can really say.
Chris Paul only had 8 points.
Oh wow! Okay, that would have been bad.
Capella was the leading scorer for the Rockets with 21 points, the center, and Ryan Anderson had 17, and Eric Gordon had 17.
Oh geez.
Oh wait, hold on, my bad. Gerald Green off the bench with 27 points.
Ooh, look at that! There we go. That's a nice one right there.
And over in Orlando, our high scorers were Aaron Gordon, and you got Hezronja.
Oh, Mario Hezonja. Yeah, you know that's an old name right there. I don't know if you recognize. He used to play for. He was either drafted or originally played for, the Nets at some point. I think
they drafted him when the Russian guy on the team.
Interesting business. All right, so.
But Gerald
on deck.
Gerald Green off the bench with the big game.
How much points did he have?
He had 27 for the Rockets.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay.
With Chris Paul not showing up and James Harden out for 2 or 3 weeks, somebody's got to step up.
Yeah, somebody got to get them points. But, you know, Gerald Green knows how to run the floor. That's perfect for your boy, Mike D'Antoni. So let's go to the next game I have on deck. We have San Antonio and Philadelphia. We have Philadelphia beating the Spurs, which isn't saying much because your boy Greg Popovich benched every single star on the team.
You know why? Because the 76ers ain't worth putting his money players on the court for.
So these were your starters for the game. You ready for this? We had some dude named Kyle Anderson. We had LaMarcus Aldridge carrying the whole team. Paul Gasol played 12 minutes and had no points. He went 0 for 4. He just was horrible.
Hold on. So, who the fuck is this dude, Forbes? 41 minutes.
I have no idea. He played 40 minutes, had 15 points, went 6 for 11 from the field. I don't even know. And then some dude named the rookie, DeJounte Murray. He started, only played 13 minutes. That's Greg Popovich ball, baby. You start the game playing.
Now let's talk about these young upstarts over here in Philadelphia. We got Mr. Ben Simmons leading the charge with 26. JJ Redick with 20. You got Joel Embiid, who when he is healthy is probably the best center in the game.
And that's the asterisk, when he is healthy.
At 21, and you got Saric with 15. They're the only 76ers players that scored double digits in this game.
Well, no, you remember we got Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons, he dropped.
Right, that's what I said. I said he dropped 26.
He dropped 26. JJ Redick had 20. Joel Embiid
21, and Saric had 15.
Yeah, and then everybody had 7, 2, 3, 2. Hey, James McAdoo should have got a chance to play, but didn't. That was a
everybody who's seen the court for the 76ers tonight scored.
Yeah, pretty much. It was a glass party, pretty much. So the last game for that on the quad as I'm go back, motherfucker. God damn.
You're having the same issue. I got ESPN up and it's like tripping.
Yeah, I know.
And we are not ESPN, so.
No, we are not ESPN. We're the exact opposite of. And PSE. Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah. So we have the Washington Wizards beating the New York Knicks 121-103. Let's take a look to see what the stats on that game is right there. I don't care about the matchup. I only care about the box score. There you go. Hi. My name. Kristaps Porzingis played 35 minutes, only scored 16 points. That's probably why you didn't win. Lance Thomas played 14 minutes, got 3 points. Enes Kanter, who is an enigma, he dominates average centers but cannot play against real centers. That's why Marcin Gortat probably dominated. But I bet you if I look at the Marcin Gortat stats, it was probably off the chain.
Martin Gortat got that Seamus mohawk now.
Dude, I know, right? Hey, Michael Beasley with an MVB's performance, bro. Oh, what the heck is going on? All right, hold on. Let me put on mute. We might. Nothing's on fire, is it?
Hey, put your mic on mute for a minute.
All right, let me put on mute.
All right, so I will recap that game right now for Mr. Black. Sorry about that. Dude, what is that? Yeah, no problem.
It's the fire alarm for the building. You can hear me on Facebook. It's the fire alarm.
Okay. You want to cut this tonight? We can finish up tomorrow morning? All right. So we're having some technical difficulties here. On YouTube, you're with me right now. Facebook, we still got Mr. Black on deck. Somebody pulled the fire alarm into wherever he lives.
Somebody pulled the fire alarm. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I see it.
What the hell?
So right now I'm going to go over, I'm going to give up the rest of the basketball scores real quick. The Brooklyn Nets just defeated the Minnesota Timberwolves 98-97. The Pistons and Heat are in the fourth. Heat are up 98-96. The Celtics are dominating the Cavaliers right now, 87-68. The Raptors are up on the Bulls, 106-94. The Bucks are up on the Pacers, 98-76. The Warriors are up on Dallas, 73-63. The Suns are up on the Nuggets, 59-55. The Pelicans are up on the Jazz, 51-44. Now, you're watching me on YouTube. I'll give you a quick up-to-date. Somebody put the fire alarm at Mr. Black's place. He's still on the Facebook Live. You still there, Mr. Black?
Yeah, I'm still here, sir. I'm still here, ready to go. I have no idea what's going on. There, I don't see a fire. Nobody's dying.
This is what happens when you stream live on the internet. Shit happens.
Oh, boy. All right. This is not cool.
All right, so here's what we're going to do, Mr. Black, okay? I just updated the NBA scores, all right? Hey, you still there, dog?
All right. You got me now?
Hey, you good?
You got me now?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, I'm good because I went outside. So let's we'll start. We talk about the NBA scores. Unfortunately, I won't be able to finish the video on YouTube.
Yeah,
Yes.
but I can actually, if I take out the headset right now, They could hear you on here.
Okay.
All right, so.
Unfortunately, my tablet is upstairs. So hold on, let me grab my tablet.
Well,
at least I can pull
I just did all the NBA scores.
All right, so the next thing that we got to talk about is the NFL.
Yep, I'm switching my thing right now, so it'll get there. 1 second. All right, so now we're going to move on to the NFL. And one thing I want to talk about first is Stephen A. Smith now has a radio show that broadcasts everywhere. And he said today that Marvin Lewis getting that contract extension hurt the black community.
It does. And not only the black community, it hurts hiring coaches. It hurts. It hurts everything. Like, put it this way, bro. Let's talk about this for a second. I'm walking away. Hope everybody can still see me on the Facebook. Damn, this shit's loud as hell. I can't even hear myself think. Let me try to get under a orange street light. Under the orange light, baby. That's how we do it.
This is live, folks.
Yes, we're live. Hopefully everybody can hear me. The peep game. This is real talk. Marvin Lewis has probably ruined black coaching. It makes you think that you can fail and you can fail and you can fail and you can fail. And there's no kind of consequences for this. I don't know where the hell Paul Brown gets off doing what he's doing. I really don't understand. Steve Smith, I think, to me was right. I mean, and this is going to go into our next topic, but I want to talk about this right now. We've already talked about. Do you think that Marvin Lewis deserves to be the coach of the Cincinnati Bengals? I know you agree with me when you say hell no.
Dog, you already know how it is with me and Marvin Lewis. This cat, 15 years as the Bengals coach. It took him 8 years to get to the playoffs once. Lost. Took the Bengals to the playoffs 5 straight years after that and have not won a fucking playoff game.
Yep.
And not only that, he also adds to the thuggish culture of the NFL by keeping guys like Pac-Man Jones, Vontaze Burfict, these guys who are thugs and take cheap shots at people outside of the NFL and inside the NFL. He keeps them around and praises them.
Yeah, and that's horrible. I don't understand what Paul Brown thinks. I don't understand what the ownership thinks, that this is an acceptable behavior, especially when I talked about it earlier. There's a lot more deserving coaches with better records that lost their job, and Marvin Lewis keeps his job.
Now, let's continue on the NFL talk. We'll switch over to this other topic of it, and that is the Rooney Rule. For those who don't know what the Rooney Rule is, it is that NFL teams, when they're looking for coaching candidates, are required to interview at least one non-Caucasian race applicant.
Yeah, it's the rule that has gotten. I mean, it was designed by Art Rooney, which is, it's the rule that basically got Mike Tomlin his job, because Mike Tomlin wasn't exactly slated to take over for the Pittsburgh Steelers after Bill Cowher left. But it's a rule that's been in place for a while, even before Mike Tomlin got his job. But it's the reason why coaches like Marvin Lewis got jobs, why coaches like Dennis Green, coaches like Art Shell,
Tony Dungy.
This rule was put in place so people they were basically forced employers to take a hard look at African American coaches and say, well, wait a minute, we didn't even notice you before, but now we realize that you are the man. The problem now is the reason why I said that what's going down is that the Raiders are skipping the whole entire interview process and they're courting John Gruden to be their coach without going through the proper channels of interviewing people. And enforcing the Rooney Rule.
Now, okay, if the Raiders want to go and hire John Gruden, I have no issue with it, as long as they don't give him an ownership stake. if that's who they want, if that's who they are dead set on, they shouldn't have to interview other people. I know it's a rule, but if that's who they want and that man has said, yes, I will take the job, there shouldn't be no other interviews.
But that's the problem, though, because now you have this rule in place. See, this is the thing. You fire a coach and say that you want John Gruden. And I'm fine with that. But it's either we enforce the rule and make owners pay heavily for it, or you don't enforce the rule and get rid of the rule and call it a day. Because at the end of the day, that these coaches these GMs and these owners are going to do what they want and disregard the rules, and it sucks.
Well, you see, in my opinion, I honestly think that rule should only be used if it's an open coaching search. The Raiders are not having an open coaching search. They are targeting one person. Jack Del Rio's getting fucked because the Raiders targeted this person. John Gruden has been talking to Mark, whatever the fuck his name is, for years about becoming the coach of the Raiders again.
Yeah.
So they are targeting one person. If it's an open coaching search, that's where I believe the Rooney Rule needs to be. But if it's somebody targeting a specific person, I don't think the Raiders need to abide by interviewing anybody else.
That's true. That's true. I don't know. I mean, I understand it, and I understand why the rule's in place, and I understand why, like I said, the whole open coaching rule versus closed coaching rule. However, it's like I said, that's why at some point I think they just need to get rid of it, because last year, I think the 49ers were the only one that actually, well, the 49ers and the Bills that actually went through and looked at every single coach before they decided on a final coach. Now, I mean, when people just handpicking coaches before we go through the interview process, just scrap the rule and be done. I don't want to hear it anymore. It gets rid of a lot of things. So it's a trip.
Hey, look, dude, you're watching yourself.
I'm watching myself watching myself.
It's called cam reception.
So look, fire department's here.
Oh shit.
Doing good. Fire alarm just went off. I don't know why. There's nothing smoking. I don't see anything on fire,
but while Mr. Black's dealing with the fire department, but no, I understand the. Like I said, I understand the rule if it's an open coaching search.
Yeah.
If it's not an open coaching search, who gives a shit? They're targeting John Gruden and John Gruden only.
True, but see, I think that's why they need to put an exception, like you, and it needs to be some paperwork filed or something that says that if you want this person and want this person only, that should make you exempt. But if you're gonna hold a coaching search, I'll agree with that. I'll side with you on that. That works for me.
All right, since we have all this going on, we're going to jump right into the final thoughts of tonight's video.
All right, so my final thoughts simply go like this. I think I hate when people pull fire alarms and ruin my YouTube show. That's my final thought.
Would you like me to do the job for you now?
Yes, you're gonna have to do the whole job for me. Thank you, sir.
All right, so here's the job. I'm gonna turn the thing around so he can watch himself for a little bit. So me and this motherfucker right here, we are Sinful Black Entertainment. If you like what we do, like what we talk about, if you even just like us being us and being goofy as shit, and he's probably getting dizzy by me shaking him around like this, but oh well, I am in control here. Anyway, if you like what you do, like what you see, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. You got us on Facebook. We'll be around everywhere. Tomorrow morning, we will be back at 6:30 in the morning with episode number 4 tomorrow morning.
Yeah, episode number 4. Hopefully no more fire alarms go off on our show anymore. So,
hey, you wanna know what happened?
What?
I can tell you what happened.
What?
It's because our shit is lit, nigga. But anyway, so if you guys see those two little demons down at the bottom of the screen, if you're watching on YouTube, highlight them. If you see a red box under there, just click it and it won't be red no more, and you'll subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell icon so you know when me and this motherfucker here are live. And we're keeping our promise this year. There will be a stream every day, at least one, every day. With the sports show, it's been 2. No gaming videos yet, except for the one the other night, but they're coming soon also. Mr. Black, I know you got one thing. I know you got something to say before you go.
Yes. Make sure that if you're watching us on Facebook, make sure you subscribe to Simple Black Entertainment. Make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube, our Facebook, our Twitter, our Instagram. I don't even know we got an Instagram, but fuck, we might as well.
I will make a fucking Instagram.
It's probably gonna do 60-second clips. 60-second clips and memes. I will do that for the Americans. I will do that for the people because I love them. But past that, yeah, I want to thank everybody that's watched the show, even though we had some technical difficulties. And probably a man has been set on fire. Probably, who knows? I wish I could get some live video of that.
You see, the fucked up part is now you can tell that we are actually live everywhere. We don't do edits here at Sinful Black. We probably should, but we don't.
You know why, sir? Because the show must go on, and that's simply the way it goes, sir.
And you want to know why else?
Why else?
Because like Heath Slater has kids, we got jobs.
That's right. We got jobs and kids.
Right? Motherfuckers. Anyway. Anyway, we love you guys. Thank you for joining us. We will see you again tomorrow morning with Ovatyme Sports Talk. Hopefully this man's allowed to be in his apartment tomorrow morning, or it's just going to be my big ass once again.
Look at that. I will do a live stream while driving. Fucking dumb shit. I'll figure it out.
But we will see you in 12 hours, 6:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And, yeah, we'll see you then. You guys be safe. Take care of them babies. And I'll see you in the morning, brother.
For sure, brother. Deuces.
Deuces.